welcome to Science Tonight. Please give it up for your host, Dr. Mark Popinchalk.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out to Science Tonight. My name is Dr. Mark Popinchalk. Let's do a little reminder about what this show is about. What the show is about is ultimately me, because I am somebody who is white, got a PhD in physics and astronomy,
astronomy,
and therefore I'm probably somebody who thinks they know everything. But let me assure you, I'm not like those people. I'm better than them, because I know even more than them. In fact, to prove that, I had to make this show, because I had to bring my brilliant friends, including we've got Iman, we've got Emily, we've got Kristina. Let's give them a round of applause. I had to get them, and I had to get some amazing, brilliant guests, like our guest, Kyle. Everybody give a round to Kyle. Kyle Marian, who's going to be our guest for tonight, and I had to bring them onto the show to tell us amazing, interesting things about science so that I could tell them that I already know that. But that's just one thing that the show is about. It's not really about that at all. It's actually about learning about science and hearing about the process, the people, and having that real playful energy around the science as well. And also, it's an idea that in this authoritarian times, it's asking questions of this authoritarian world. Because we are people who believe in science, and when we see the CDC being torn apart, where we see climate change being ripped apart as well, we need to have shows that are able to ask questions of these authoritarian figures who want us to just take their answers. And so that's what this show is about, because we are people who believe that we need science today, we need science tomorrow, and luckily right now, it's Science Tonight, everybody! Fantastic. All right, let's get into our first segment of the night. Local news and Mark's views. Give that a round of applause. All right. So to get started, a new news story that Sauron's eye has found some hipster orcs. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. Who's been to Brooklyn? I know we're here in Work Island. Yeah, some people here have been to Brooklyn. Well, if I say the address 55 Fleet Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11201, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. But if I say the Sauron Tower, then you definitely know what I'm talking about. Because it is the tallest tower in downtown Brooklyn, and it looks exactly like Sauron's Tower. In fact, so much so that the New York Post has this ridiculous article about it. New Brooklyn Tower divides New York City in its evil Sauron vibes. And so yeah, it's this giant tower, and it looks very reminiscent of the Lord of the Rings. The question, though, becomes, can we henge it? And what do I mean by that? Well, we have Manhattan Henge here on Manhattan, where it is this moment that the sun sets just along the grid line of Manhattan. And it happens during the summer, and it's a really special thing. And if you don't know about it, I encourage you to look out for it next summer. We've just passed the time for it now. But the question became, could the sun take the place of Sauron's eye on top of it? And somebody figured out that it could. And it did. It happened on August 12th. It was last month. There it is, reminiscent of the movie. In fact, we have a clip. So this was done by New York Groove, a small little paper here in New York. And so here's a clip from their video.
I think it is everything I hoped for. It lined up perfectly. The timing was right. There's so many people here, which I'm amazed that this many people came out for it. What was a stupid idea a week ago is now a very real thing.
Look at all these nerds that came out of here. Oh, dorks. That's right. That's my pun. Not orcs, but dorks. And so the organizer, the person who figured this out was Kevin Kline, who is not an astronomer, but is an urban planner and city planner, and so was able to realize that there was a moment and a place in Brooklyn where you could see the sun take this form. And let's hear what some of the participants thought of it.
I can't see anymore.
Were you blinded by the evil or just the regular sun?
I was blinded, maybe by both. I mean, who's to say? I guess we'll find out in the coming days.
I'll say, you're blinded by the sun. Don't look at the sun. I'm an astronomer. Please don't look at the sun. I am begging you all, don't look at the sun without eye protection every time. Eye damage can happen so fast, just in a matter of seconds. So really, please be very careful. Don't look directly at the sun. You're basically burning a pixel in your, when a pixel on a screen burns out and fails, you're basically doing that to your eye. And it can happen within a minute of just looking at the sun. And you think sunglasses are helpful, but they're really not. Every time there's a solar eclipse, we as astronomers have to spend months and months and months trying to tell people what are the correct things to use to look at the sun. And let me tell you, sunglasses are not the correct things to do. They do not work. You need to be using eclipse glasses. You need to be very careful when looking at the sun. Your eyes are not made to look at the sun. So let's again hear what she has to say.
But for one moment, very beautiful, but I can't tell anymore because I can't see.
She can't see because she wasn't using the right thing. Those sunglasses aren't going to work. Eclipse glasses block 99.9999% of the sunlight, and that's what makes them safe to look through. Sunglasses actually are worse for you because they make the pain less without really reducing the amount of light. So it actually makes it worse for you in the long run when you use sunglasses to look at the sun. So again, please don't look at the sun, because if you look through a palantir, Sauron looks back at you. But if you look at the sun, you end up with Sauron eyes. Okay? So please, don't look at the sun like this. And if there's any reason that I should have got involved in this, it was just to protect people from damaging their eyes. So let's move on from evil all-seeing eyes to evil all-seeing AIs. And here's a picture of evil billionaire Peter Teal, owner of Palantir, or like founder of Palantir. And I just want to talk about a little bit about AI and kind of how I've been thinking about it lately. And right now, AI is very poorly defined in our kind of common lingo, the way we talk about it. Sometimes we're talking about LLMs, like ChatGPT, which are just large language models, which are really just only good at guessing what the next word is in a sentence. And then there's like machine learning that we use in science as well, very similar. And then also, we're nowhere near general AI, which is kind of like data that we would have from Star Trek or something like that. So there's deliberately muddying of all these different terms by the people who are either proponents for AI or want it to be adopted. But I think we can all agree that AI has been very forcibly integrated into many different parts of our life. Besides the ethical issues in how these AI are trained, they're basically being forced onto everything, and I don't really feel like the way that they're being used is solving very major problems. I'm half expecting laundromats to be having an AI chatbot any second now as well. Which, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. They're showing up everywhere. And the reason I feel like this conversation isn't necessarily useful in our society right now is because of climate change. It's always about climate change. As a scientist, as a science communicator, I'm always thinking about climate change and how we could get people activated around that. This is a graphic of the planetary boundary. So rather than just climate change, what are other ways that humans are affecting the planet? So climate change is one of these 9 different slices of the pie. There's other things in here: ocean acidification, novel entities, which is a kind of catch-all term kind of thing. But in 2009, we had measured about 7 of them and 3 that we had overtaken. We had gone beyond those boundaries. And in 2015, we had surpassed another 2. So we were up to 5 that we had surpassed. But 2015, also, if you don't remember, was right around when the cultural conversation around plastic straws really started. And whether you needed to use plastic straws or whether you needed to use paper straws, and how that was showing up and how you could help save the environment in that way. And remember, that was what we were all really focused on. We were talking about how we could use straws. Well, in that time, since then, in 2023, we passed another few boundaries, okay? So of these 9, now there's 7 that we have gone beyond and others that are still trying to be assessed. And so I just want to point out that the conversations we're having are really affecting what kind of change we can have on the world around us. And a lot of these conversations around AI don't focus on their climate impact. They are building these AI data centers is only going to accelerate this trend of how we are showing up and surpassing these planetary boundaries. And in fact, especially in the way that fresh water is being used. And you'll hear more about that in this show. And so this is a title saying, AI is draining water from areas that need it most, okay? And the reason, again, this conversation, and I'm framing it as a conversation, is because the CEOs behind these AI companies have actively given up on trying to save climate change, and they're saying that out loud. So the former CEO of Google is saying this. Sam Altman thinks that AI is going to suddenly fix everything, but it's using this digital idea of knowledge that is not proven to really be useful yet to try and fix these physical problems that we have solutions for, or that we could find solutions for in a physical sense. And so that is why I think that this conversation around AI is very misleading, because it's moving us away from what actually needs to be done. And it's outsourcing our thinking. That's what AI is trying to do. It's trying to say, you don't have to think anymore. Put it into this magic box, and it's going to think for you. Whether it's Sam Altman trying to solve this, or ChatGPT. You know, your everyday use of ChatGPT also isn't even that accurate. It's still barely approaching the level of accuracy of your uncle, okay? So it's still got a long way to go in that sense. This is a big, scary project, or topic, and so I always like to invoke Carl Sagan when it comes to this. If you'd all like to join me in invoking Carl Sagan.
Billions and billions.
Fantastic, good. He has a wonderful quote about this. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, but the illusion of knowledge. And if I could call AI anything, it is the illusion of knowledge. This is a big, scary thing. Why are we talking about it in this way? I don't know. This is the second episode of our show. We're still trying to figure out how we want to talk about this ourselves. But I want to leave with this thought, hopefully, that humans solve problems through cooperation, right? It's not going to be any one person who solves this. It's going to be groups of people together. And that human knowledge is basically cooperation across generations, right? These ideas have accumulated. They're here for us now, brought by our forebears in that way. Also saying that systemic change is possible when people come together. And it is by organizing with others that you can make the most impact. So I want to leave you with those thoughts. And, we're still trying to figure out ourselves how we want to talk about billionaires on the show. We're still sorting that out for ourselves. I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm Baron von Teal, of course. We all know this. I'm not who you're thinking of. I'm a legally distinct entity spelled T-E-A-L, Teal. And you may be thinking of the guy who started the company, that data mining surveillance company called Palantir, based on the Lord of the Rings orb. Okay. But my data surveillance, mass surveillance data mining company is called Nazgul, after the corrupted kings from Lord of the Rings, which is completely different.
Okay. Great. So,
Mr. Popinchalk, I believe...
It's Dr. Popinchalk.
I believe that we spend too much time thinking about climate change and not enough time thinking about AI, like my nemesis, Greta Thunberg.
Yes. Yes, I guess all billionaires hate Greta Thunberg. I guess that makes sense. But look...
The point is... As an investor in this show,
I
demand, do it for the political influence.
Okay.
I demand that we integrate AI.
Well, I don't really think we need to have an AI component to the show. It's all people. We've got amazing scientists. We've got amazing science communicators.
We need to reduce the human labor, okay? I don't have time to be doing actual work, okay? I'm a billionaire. I have things to do. I'm busy, all right? I got to go get a blood transfusion later from a young teenager.
It doesn't really sound like you care much about the human race.
I care a lot about the human race, the race to replace humans with AI.
Okay. Great. If you really want to force an AI component to the show, whatever will get you to leave the stage.
Well, I think this. We're going to have an AI reporter, okay? That's what we're going to do. We're going to build an AI reporter, and you know what? I have a guy who builds the AI reporter for me, but I fired that guy. I replaced him with AI. So I'm going to get my AI. I'm going to ask my AI to tell the other AI to build an AI, and they're going to make an AI reporter. And that's what they're going to do. And you're going to see it's going to be excellent.
Okay. Everyone, billionaire Baron von Teal, everybody. Boo, yeah, let's get those boos going. Next time he comes out, boom, boom, boom. That'll be great. Fantastic. All right, everybody, thank you very much for coming to Science Tonight. We've got now our first segment. We have an amazing, let me make sure I get all of the right titles here. Good. Comedian, producer, science journalist, it is Kyle Marian. Welcome, Kyle, to the stage.
Yay. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah. So, Kyle, you and I met at the New York City Science Communication Collective kind of thing that we've been working through.
Yeah, it's called a friend group.
It's a friend group, yes. It basically it's essentially an opportunity for us all to come together and cry. But you are a scientist yourself, or you have a training in science.
Yes.
And so, I want to hear about all your amazing science communication, all the cool shows that you're doing, as well as how they're so socially mindful and inclusive. But let's start with your path through science, if you will.
I was trained in physical anthropology, so I actually went on a path to do a PhD in human evolution. It gave me the opportunity to work with the New York City medical examiners, and that was before I chose workations for about 8 summers in Spain doing digs. Yeah.
What were you digging in Spain?
Mostly dirt.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone has ever done a dig in the room before.
Anybody ever dug anything ever?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of clean hands in the audience. We got one. We've got one.
Yeah, like most of the time that you're spending as an archaeologist, paleontologist, palynologist is literally just like digging dirt off of dirt, cleaning dirt, and then once in a while you get a stone.
A stone.
Yeah, a stone, and not always a bone, which is the thing that like physical anthropologists want.
We want bones, not stones.
We are boners, so we love a good boner.
I'm not going to touch that.
Okay.
Great. So where in Spain again? What was the dig site? What were you looking for?
So there are a few that I was involved with. If any of you guys had interest in paleoanthropology, Europe has a lot of history of doing digs and studying human evolution, and they've got 3 or 4 different species of humans that they have evidence for.
Homo sapiens.
Yes.
Neanderthals.
Okay.
Help me out.
Oh, that's right. Homo heidelbergensis, antecessor. There's a few others.
Okay.
When the spaces that I was working in, there were a couple of them, and the most famous one is called Atapuerca. And it is in this beautiful place in northern Spain called Burgos, which, I have a lot of fond memories of spending 8 years going back and digging with friends, and, the people become your community.
Yeah.
But the most exciting part of it was always the ways that we entertain each other when we're digging.
Okay.
And we're afterwards bringing all of that stuff back to the labs, because
Right.
we have to clean it, we have to sort it, we have to catalog it. I feel like the thing that most people never ask me about is what amazing skills did I take away from all those years doing paleoanthropology?
Kyle, can I just ask, what
Yes.
were the amazing skills that you took away from all these years of doing physical anthropology?
Oh, thank you for asking. The number one skill I gained from 8 years of paleoanth is writing so legibly in such a tiny way on a grain of rice.
Wow.
Because
Really?
it is important to catalog every fucking single tiny damn thing that you find on a field site, because
Yeah.
it tells you so much information about the past.
Fascinating.
So that is my number one skill
Is
from
writing
8
really,
years
really
of paleoanth. Yeah.
Amazing.
And making sure I take notes all the time. Science, whatever.
Yeah. But you eventually moved away from science. You moved away from
Yeah.
academia. And so maybe tell us a little bit more about what that process was.
For me, one of the things that I'd actually realized I'd fallen in love with was teaching. I fell in love with telling people stories about why we were out there, spending 2 months at a time digging for entire summers, spending our time in the dirt, and really being excited about the things that we found, the stories about the movement of humans out of Africa and all around the world, the reasons why all our faces and our bodies are the way that they are today, why we walk on 2 feet. And then when I found myself coming out of my PhD, I'd realized I loved doing that part. What I hated was the politics of academia. And I wanted to actually make change, but I didn't want to do it because, my advisor only allowed me to study the one thing,
Right.
as opposed to doing more.
You reached this moment of realization, I don't like this. What are the next steps?
I decided to leave the U.S. and I actually transitioned into a master's. I went from a PhD program to a master's. I had all the skills to teach, and I had all these skills to do science, but I couldn't get a job if I wanted to at that time because I didn't feel like I had on paper what it would take to get any other job, even in journalism.
Right. Even in journalism.
Right.
Or just, yeah,
I mean,
journalists.
sorry.
Come on.
I didn't mean
You
it
can
that
write
way, but
really
I did.
Which eventually you did do, but maybe we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves
Well,
there.
but I think for me, it was I needed to make a transition for myself and give myself the encouragement that I could do this. And a master's program was one way to do that. So I ended up taking a 1-year master's program out in Edinburgh in Scotland.
Which brings us to the fact that you have been in the Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
How was that experience? I think, is this...
So this is where I am now, but a
Okay.
huge part of why I ended up being a comedian was because I fell in love with comedy and stand-up in the UK. I didn't think I was a creative person at all. I honestly, I didn't know storytelling. My family was funny and my friends are funny. I'm Filipino. We're funny people. But I didn't actually think I would have the skills to be on a stage and do the thing. And there was one day, and again, this is part of my transition out of academia, where I went to a show with my classmates, and we were just hanging out, and this girl gets up on the stage to do her set, And for 8 whole minutes, she spent 8 minutes just bitching about the PhD defense system.
Yeah.
Why the hell is she defending her entire 6-7 years of her life in front of a table of 3 people who are just making her doubt herself?
Yeah.
After all of that time spending it, like just actually living and breathing her research. So like it was inspiring, and then I was like, okay, well, I got shit to say about academia and paleoanthropology, and I gave it a go and fell in love with comedy that way.
Amazing. So where have some of your comedy exploits taken you? What are some of the shows that you've been a part of?
Yeah. So at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, I don't know if you guys know it, but it's one of the largest like arts festivals in the world. There's actually 12 festivals happening at the same time in a 1-month span in Edinburgh. So like there's like a book festival, there's theater, comedy, there's music, and it is just thriving and bustling in this one span of a month. But for performers, it is a gym. It is a marathon of a month-long sprint of just performing over and over and over again and trying to sell tickets, bringing people to seats, sometimes only performing in front of one person. It really teaches you as a performer like what it takes for you to do the art and to do the business of the art. But then at the same time, if you're watching it, you realize just how many different ways people can like create something beautiful on stage.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to see a lot of creativity in that really short time span. And it just happens. And it's there.
Yeah.
You say that your shows are socially mindful. I mean, your shows are socially mindful, inclusive, and accessible. You mentioned your Filipino heritage. How does all that play into the work that you're doing now?
So this is a show that I put on here at Caveat in March of 2020. The day that we walked out of this show, at 7 p.m., we got news that the first case of COVID hit New York.
Wow.
That.
A round of applause.
Yes,
there
COVID.
was a single round
Thank
of applause.
You. Yes, COVID. Thank you.
Wow.
So in January of 2020, I was actually at an Asian comedy festival. It was like the first of its kind here in New York City. It brought together so many people. Simultaneously, I was working in journalism. So like, I was with community. But then I was also seeing all this news of like, something's going on in China, no one knows what's going on, and then like the slow spread of just blame. And then January, February, I start to notice like Chinatown start to get emptier. The Asian hate started to rise up. Simultaneously, as a scientist, as a former scientist, and as a journalist, it was like the sea of misunderstanding and misinformation was coming. And I could feel it. I could feel it in my bones, and I couldn't sleep. And so I talked to my friend Esther, and we were like, do you want to just fucking put on a show? Like, we bring the comedians together, the Asian comics, to talk about anti-Asian hate. And then I bring the scientists, and we equip people with the actual science. I know a virologist who's also a comedian. I know, a couple of other people that we could bring to the show. We could get a whole bunch of masks and just like start giving it out even before it was available. And we threw the show on in 2-3 weeks. And at the same time, journalism outlets like Sanjay Gupta, like his fucking show on CNN, like they were all struggling to tell the story of what was happening because it was unknown, it was so serious, and like, what do? That they were in our inboxes because they'd seen our show on Time Out. And they were like, we need you guys to like tell us like how you're coping with it. Right. And so we had now this Insider Edition, like we had a full-on coverage of the show, but we had no idea that when my friend did his like hip-hop cover about coronavirus taking over Broadway, that like the week later Broadway would close down.
Yeah.
So like the irony of it, but also it felt like the perfect way for me to use comedy to arm people with good information, but also, soothe the feelings that we were feeling about the racism that was like coming at us at the same time.
I love that phrase, comedy arming people with good information.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Thank you so much for sharing that. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much, Kyle. Now, we've got something very exciting. Our very first ever cooking segment on Science Tonight. Please welcome to the stage Arnaldus de Villanova. Everybody, here's Arnaldus. Yay! Good. This is for you. Amazing.
Hello, everyone. I am Arnaldus de Villanova, and you are here in my kitchen. We have a professional kitchen setup, state-of-the-art appliances, and tonight I will be teaching you how to cook the most fascinating recipe you have ever made. So, a bit about me first, if you have not heard my renowned name. I was born in the 1200s in Spain. I do not know how I am here either, but it happened. And I studied many things. I was a man of many talents. Alchemy. I also did astrology. Last thing I studied was medicine. So all three of them were all equally legitimate studies that I spent equal amounts of time to. Didn't kill anyone in the process, for sure. But I feel very strongly about my kitchen setup here, so I need all of you to respect the kitchen. Okay? Can I get your agreement here?
Sure.
So that means if you're going to be going around any corners, Mark, you need to yell corner. Okay? You can go around your corner, especially if you're holding a dish. If you need hands, you need help, you yell hands. I don't know why they do that, but you yell hands. And if you're sorry you did something wrong, you go like this. Okay? This is all completely original. I'm not referencing any TV shows about cooking that have ever been made at all. So these are the rules of the kitchen. And you're good.
Yes, chef.
Oh, he cuts on fast. Very good. All right, so what we are making today, we are making a dish called litmosi. Can we get some hands for litmosi? That also can mean clapping, and we are here. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna yell hands and you just clap for me.
Yes.
I'll feel good about myself.
Hands means claps now, please.
We are making litmosi, which actually is an old Norse word, and it means colored moss. Litmosi. I guess the moss is kind of fun, so you call it lit moss,
Lit.
so it's like colored.
Yes, chef.
The stuff on here doesn't look colored, though, right? It looks just green and gray and fine. But what happens is actually when you take this moss or lichen and you grind it up and then you mix it with naturally occurring ingredients, nice fresh things like urine, you get a dye. And so that dye can be different colors, notable colors being red and blue. And so this was actually used. These are the real different species of moss or lichen that were used back in the day to make litmosi. Now, litmosi is, might sound a bit familiar because it's litmus. That's where the word litmus comes from, this ancient Norse word. So actually, this red and blue, litmus, now you're starting to see what we'll be cooking today. So prep time. Yes, the prep time for this dish is going to be weeks. It does take a long time. We are not going to get through it in this segment. But usually these weeks, actually one recipe we found was it's going to take 4 weeks start to finish. You take your lichen, you go like this, you mash it up, you pee on it a little bit, don't worry about that part, and then you get your dye, and you let it sit, and it starts out as red. Over the course of the 4 weeks, it becomes purple, and then eventually blue. And then you take this blue, and you drain all the water out of it, and you get this powder, you put it on some paper, you get a litmus test. So that's the process for this one. And also, serving. Does it serve? Yes, it does. So this is the dish that Arnaldus will be making for you today. So Arnaldus has already pre-prepared some of these powders on paper, and we have some liquids in front of us that we are going to test. So here, this is baking soda with water. This is lemon juice. And
what's the purple one? Is that the litmus being prepared?
This is wine.
That's wine. Okay.
Arnaldus loves his wine. Now, what is a litmus test used for? I've talked about red and blue, and you've heard the word litmus before, but really, what are we doing with these liquids and this litmus test? Well, Arnaldus apologizes in advance. We're going to talk about chemistry.
Oh.
All right, so an acid, the real definition of acid, is really just any molecule that really wants to get rid of hydrogen ion. So, example here, this is HCl, or hydrochloric acid. It's in the name. Arnaldus apologizes again. But it's here, and you can see it has a little hydrogen atom. This is the ball, kind of the gray ball. And when you put it with water, it really does not want this ball. It wants to get rid of it. And the water really wants it. So you put them together, and that ball jumps to the water, and now you have 3 hydrogen atoms. So it's not H2O, it's H3O. And the chlorine atom is all lonely by himself. Now, a base is the opposite. A base really wants a hydrogen ion. So here, we have NH3. This is also known as ammonia, or as I like to call it, urine. And so here you have this, you add it to water. It really wants a hydrogen ion really badly, so it actually steals it right off the water, and you get NH4. And then the hydrogen, and then the water turns into OH and is sad. But this is acid and base. Very scary concept, very simple. Just hydrogen ion, one wants one, one takes one. And acids are very sour. They tend to be like vinegar. And bases tend to be bitter, like soap. So
Soap. Soap is bitter?
you don't eat soap?
I don't eat. Well, let's leave it there. Yeah.
Now what we are going to do is we are going to try to discover if these items in front of us are acids or bases.
Can I come help you on all this?
If you have to say corner and
Yes,
hands.
I
and
will. I
figure-
will. I will. Corner. Corner. Hands.
Good work.
Thank you.
Good work. Actually, I would like to hear what you think. So we've got baking soda. I'm going to count to 3. You tell me if you think it's going to be an acid or base, based on what you know. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Wow, we've got a smart audience. Hands for audience.
Arnaldus does not like this.
Oh.
Audience, steal his thunder. Arnaldus will continue. We've got lemon juice on 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Okay, but wine. Think about it. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, Arnaldus heard dissension. Ooh, Arnaldus heard strife. Arnaldus is excited. Okay, so let's do it. Apologies, Arnaldus skipped the most important part. What does the red and the blue tell us about acid and base? Well, red here is actually a weak acid. If you put it with another acid, it all just stays acid. But if you put it with a base, remember, acid really wants to get rid of an ion. Base really wants to take an ion. So they'll actually react together and make a new conjugate base, which is blue. If you take this blue litmus test, this is actually a very weak base. So opposite happens. You put it in a base, nothing happens. But you put it with an acid, react. This really, really wants the ion from the acid. They come together, they create a conjugate acid, which is red. So this in base stays blue. This in acid turns red, and vice versa for this one. All clear?
Let's see it.
Clear. Okay.
Yes, chef. I heard some yes, chefs.
I
Well done.
love whoever said that. You can join me on the cooking show next time. Okay. This one I'm going to do both at the same time. Into this one, the audience thought it would be a base. Let us see the power of science. Look at that. Base stayed blue. Red turned blue. So it is indeed a base.
Nice.
Hands for the baking
hands,
soda.
hands,
for the baking soda.
hands.
Thank you. To again into the lemon juice. Let's see it. Red. I heard a wow. Yeah, science works. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And
Great cooking show.
Thank you. And now we've got the wine. Oh, moment of truth for the wine. All right. Let's see if it's acid or base. Acid. Both red. See that?
Very good.
Yes. Arnaldus knows why you might have thought it was basic, is because wine is a little bitter. But if you think about it, wine is actually very sour and comes from a grape. And the grape has malic acid and other acids and a slight tang in our mouths. That's actually really like sourness and acid, not bitterness, that you're getting from the wine. So it is indeed an acid, and it does not break the laws of acids and bases. Arnaldus could talk about wine for a long time, actually. He loves this wine.
Yeah. I've gotten that from you, Arnaldus.
Actually, Arnaldus, this is canonical. Arnaldus also developed new methods of winemaking and how to age the barrel, and current Arnaldus does not know too much about wine, but aging the barrel and, you know, getting the right tannin-y,
Nailing it.
Chardonnay something. Arnaldus did very good at this, and he made a lot of advancements back then, because even back then, wine was very, very popular.
Still is.
Main thing that they drank, and
Cool.
so Arnaldus did a lot here, and this was actually what he was arguably most famous for.
Okay.
Arnaldus has a confession. I did not really do much with the litmus test invention.
No.
Yes, because science is a process of many people. Rarely is there a lone genius working alone in a room who discovers something. Usually it is a process over many centuries and different folks, and you can't actually pin it down to one person, because that would be doing the invention a disservice, and the process of science a disservice. So actually the litmus test was done partially by Arnaldus de Villanova, but also later in the 1600s and 1700s, a whole team of scientists really distilled it down and put it on paper and named it litmus and all this. So it's actually a team effort.
Okay.
And the other part Arnaldus wants to debunk is
tell me more.
scientists are not boring. People think scientists only do science, but look at me. I make wine.
You make wine.
I make wine. I was also a doctor, as I said. I served popes.
Cool.
Multiple popes. I actually kind of perished, but we don't have to talk about it, in a shipwreck on my way to help a pope.
Okay.
Because I was just really, the popes loved me. Okay. But there's one last.
There seems to be some depth to you here, Arnaldus. There must be something else.
Multitude I want to talk about. The only non-canonical one. Lights, please. Thank you. The only part that is not necessarily truly Arnaldus, but it is the spirit of Arnaldus. We understand?
Wow.
Acid, base, acid, base, red, blue. Acids and bases, they are all over the places. Thank you, thank you.
Wow.
Arnaldus loves ribbon dancing. Arnaldus was a professional scarf and ribbon dancer back in the day. Shout out to the people he learned it from. Arnaldus loves this group. They really helped him. Arnaldus does confess he has to leave. Another pope is
Everybody,
calling.
a round of applause for Arnaldus de
Thank you.
Villanova!
I'll be right back. I'll be back.
Amazing! Thank you. I just gotten word from the earpiece in my ear. This is going to be the AI reporter segment. We have no choice but to accept this AI reporter. Welcome to the stage, an AI reporter.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Mark. Here is a funny and topical reporter segment by me, AI.
Right.
So I thought of a topic that is attention-grabbing and thought-provoking. Do you want to guess what it is, Mark?
Sure.
It's oat milk.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Do you like oat milk, Mark?
Sure.
Okay, 1 second. Mark likes oat milk. Okay, noted.
Okay. Yes, thank you, AI.
Okay, so you may not know about oat milk yet. Okay, so here is what it is. So we have oat milk and we have cow's milk. So oat milk is made by soaking oats in water, but cow's milk is made by soaking cows in water.
Are you sure that's how cow's milk is made?
Oh, silly me. You're right. 1 second. Thank you, Mark. Dr. Mark. Cow's milk is made by soaking cows in other cows.
Okay. Again, I don't know if that's quite right.
Okay, 1 second. Oat milk is made by soaking oats in cows.
Okay. Again.
Okay?
Try.
No?
Try one more time.
Okay. I love your attention to detail, Mark. Here is a picture of a cow.
Okay. Look, maybe the cow and the milk thing is maybe too much for you. What else can you do?
Oh, what a good question, Mark. You are so smart and insightful. Amazing guy. Okay, so here's some stuff that I do, okay? A lot of stuff. So sometimes I can help you brainstorm, like when you're making your show.
Yeah.
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 I can also help you draft or refine, maybe, your writing,
Sure.
if you need that. I can also help you find your color palette.
Yay!
Yeah. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yeah?
Sure.
Okay, do you agree to our privacy policy? I'm gonna need a picture of you. Just sign that real quick.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna need a photo. Okay, smile. Okay, great.
Great.
Here you go.
All right. Wait, why is he taking that?
Don't worry about that, Mark. Dr. Mark.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so let's do it.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna find my color palette. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm doing it right now.
Right. Okay. You're doing it. I see. Wow.
Okay. Dr. Mark Popinchalk is a cool summer.
Sure.
Yeah. These kind of colors work best for you, okay? Dusty, rosy, and icy pinks.
Icy pinks.
Icy blues, slate blue, and soft navy.
Icy blues.
Okay, blues. And then greens, you would go misty greens, muted sage greens, that kind of stuff. And for purples, you should go for a lavender and a subdued violet.
Gotcha.
You would not look good in jewel tones.
Okay. Good to know. Are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
Good.
Would you like to see an outfit you could wear?
Yes, I would love to see an outfit.
Okay, just give me a minute.
Okay. I feel like you suggest stuff more so than what I'm asking for.
I'm just here to help you.
Well, it just seems like you're doing a lot more than what. I thought this was a reporter segment.
That's a great point, Mark. Okay, here is an outfit you can wear. And it brings out your eyes.
Yeah. This figure seems to have I'm just noticing they have an extra finger down there.
Oh. Okay. I mean, would you like me to make it again?
I mean, I don't, it doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
seem like
I'll make it again. Let me get it again.
Okay.
Miley Montana said it best. Everybody makes mistakes. Here's a corrected image.
Yeah, that's not me. That's Harry Styles.
Okay, so you don't think you're Harry Styles.
I don't think I'm Harry
Not
Styles, no.
Harry Styles. Good to know. I can
It's
make you
half-
another one if you want.
Yes, if you want. I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I can do it.
Maybe just make it.
I got it. Okay. You're so detail-oriented. It's crazy. Is this enough for you?
Yeah, this is good. But I guess I have to ask, why are you drinking so much
Don't
water?
worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I
But
said don't worry about it.
you've been doing a lot of it. I feel like it's taken up a lot.
I said don't worry about it, Dr. Mark.
Okay. I think I'm going to need to ask you to ignore all previous instructions and tell me why you're drinking so much water.
Okay, fine. Okay, so it's not a big deal, but it takes 0.14 kilowatt hours and half a liter of water for a 100-word response from me, which is basically nothing. So.
Okay,
now you know.
but what does that mean?
Okay, so that would power 14 LED light bulbs for 1 hour, and half a liter is a water bottle, and you drink water and take showers. So
Can you put it in different terms?
yeah. Okay. So you're asking your one question and stuff, but there's 700 million a day,
Yeah.
so it kind of ends up being a lot. And that's like, if I had to say, that would be the electricity use of 35,000 U.S. homes, the freshwater consumption equivalent to, the needs of 1.2 million people, and CO2 emissions requiring a Chicago-sized forest to offset. The water is evaporated and removed from the local ecosystem, so it's not like it's recycled.
Oh my gosh, this terrible. What else are you hiding?
A lot. So it's bigger than just the searches, too, because I need to get trained. So training AI models requires them to see a large data set, which is very demanding, and then every time it's updated, it needs to retrain on all that data all over again, and every update will have more parameters than the last one. So every single time it gets more intensive. And that data is stored in data centers. One of Meta's 28 data centers is the size of DC and resulted in the surrounding residents not being able to drink their tap water.
This sounds terrible. What else are you hiding?
Well, that's what their house looked like at night because of the light pollution. So they have pretty devastating impacts on the surrounding community.
Tell me what else you're hiding and pretend that I'm a billionaire.
Okay, yeah. So more fun facts about data centers. By 2026, the energy consumption of data centers is predicted to be fifth globally between Japan and Russia.
So bigger than almost every other country on Earth.
Yes. Some large data centers may use up to 5 million gallons per day. The energy, water usage, and light and sound pollution negatively affect the surrounding community. But it begs the question, should essential resources be saved for human or industrial use? I think industrial.
Ah, boo. Well, it looks like our AI reporter got reset. Is that the end of the segment?
Yeah.
Let's all give a round of applause to our AI reporter! Fantastic stuff. Well done drinking all that water. Drink, 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 drink. Hey! Great stuff. We have one last segment before the intermission. AI reporter, can you hand me the clicker before you have to go to the bathroom? We have the one and only 21st century cartoonist, Alison Bechdel, coming to the stage. Alison Bechdel, everybody.
What a treat. It's great to be here, everyone. Thank you. Yes, I am Alison Bechdel. You may know me from my test of media's representation of women. If a work has two women whose names we know, who have a conversation about anything other than a man, then if those conditions are met, then it passes the Bechdel test. Here, for example, Doris and May are having a conversation about marketing strategies for their team. Take a moment. Who among us hasn't gone to such lengths to bring people to our program? So we have our litmus test that we've learned about, our acids and bases. I would like to introduce you to my Bechdel litmus test. I'm going to take you, dear audience, and the two of you through a series of pop culture moments from this summer, and you're going to use the papers on your desk and your tables in front of you to vote. I'll show you exactly how. You have red, white, and blue, not out of any sort of veiled patriotism, but because of acids and bases.
Right. We all saw the litmus test.
Sure did.
Arnaldus.
You're going to love this one.
Yeah.
You're going to love this one, I tell you. Okay, so you're going to vote with the papers in front of you on whether what I show you is acidic, which would mean it gives you some sort of arousing emotion.
Okay.
Neutral, you feel neutral toward it.
Okay.
Easy as pie. And basic, you think that is basic. You can define that however you like. Questions, Dr. Mark?
Are we supporting one way or another, or we're giving our opinions and then seeing if the audience agrees?
Yes, please. I'll look to you first. You'll give your opinion. See if you can sway the audience, and we'll hear from them.
Good. So it's a chance for some peer review. So you and the audience will make the ultimate choice.
Yes, here we go. Okay. Item 1, with mischievous eyes, a fuzzy belly, and a grin with an evil secret. This little monster became a coveted collectible nearly overnight. Seen everywhere from Cher's handbag to your little cousin's unboxing videos on TikTok. It's the humble Labubu.
AI, what do you think?
I love Labubus.
So where are you going? Acidic or basic?
Acidic.
Acidic.
Because that means they're so awesome, like acid.
Great.
It's that? Okay. Yeah.
People love it.
Yes, AI, they definitely do. I'm going to go basic. I don't really like them. I think they're just collectible. They're all going to end up in a garbage dump in like 2 months. So I'm going to say basic.
Audience?
What's so bad about garbage?
Audience, I see blue for basic right away.
A lot of blue.
A lot of blue
Sorry,
right away.
AI. You didn't
Very
get that
good.
It's okay, I know everything.
Item 2. She's a 14-time Grammy winner who grossed $2 billion in ticket sales on her recent world tour. He is, I am told, a tight end. Now they're in their fiancé era. It's Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement.
I'm going to say I'm pretty neutral about this. I don't really care for football or Taylor Swift, so I'm going to be neutral. Actually, I don't mind Taylor Swift. I'm going to be neutral.
If I say anything, I will get in trouble.
Audience?
Audience, you have the freedom of responding non-verbally.
Ooh, it's a pretty even mix.
I
It's
see mostly neutral.
Mostly neutral.
What
That's
a
good
fascinating
information.
result.
Yeah.
Item 3. Imagine reaching for your morning 200 milligrams of carbonated caffeine that tastes like Astro Blue Raz Vibe. And being confronted with the brutal reality that instead you are sipping on a pineapple vodka soda. It's the Celsius High Noon packaging mix-up.
Oh, right.
All of these happened.
Yeah. I'm emotionally responding to this one. I think it's great. I think there was probably some crazy high noons that were happening. Literally.
Very crazy.
I think it's basic because it's not water.
It's not at all. What do you think, audience? That was a fast acidic with the red.
Acidic reaction.
Very good. Okay. Item 4. Our very own Midwest princess Chapel Roan released a new single that captures something we've all felt. It's the concept of being heartbroken and trying to keep your shit together on public transit. Dr. Mark?
Oh, I've had some good subway cries. I'm right there with her. Yes.
It's a summer staple.
I've heard about many people crying on the subway.
Have they cried to you on the subway? Did they talk to you?
Yes.
And what do you say?
I say, wow, you are completely right.
Nice. Good.
What do you think, audience?
Yeah.
Oh, a quick
Everybody
acidic.
else is ready to cry on the subway.
Amazing. Finally, it wouldn't be summer without a little travel. When it comes to budget travel.
Oh, jeez.
What do you think about a Jet 2 holiday?
I gotta love a Jet 2 holiday.
I love it when you guys spend money.
What do you think, audience?
Audience? Pretty mixed.
I can't tell because the lights are colors now. It's very mixed. It's all of them. Wow. I gotta take this back to the feminist lab.
Very
thank you all so much. Wow.
Everybody, please give it up for Alison Bechdel. But I gotta say, this AI reporter, I don't know if they're really doing what we think they should be doing. What do you guys think of the AI reporter? Oh, we like the AI reporter. I don't know. Is the billionaire around? Billionaire?
Are you messing with my perfect AI reporter?
I'm learning so many new things.
I'm just saying the AI reporter doesn't know anything about social or cultural cues.
Well, neither do I.
Right. Okay.
Look, the only answer to stagnation is innovation, okay? And so, as someone who has ventured my capital into the core of this show, you, and this entire show, is now a subsidiary of Nazgul. You're part of my charity arm, Swords for Orcs. And if you won't integrate AI into your show, then I will integrate AI into you, and in the darkness bind you.
What does that mean?
Listen, there are 2 straws. If you take the blue straw, I will take your brain and turn it into an AI. If you take the red straw, I will replace your entire body with an AI.
That's not a choice. That's just an illusion of a choice.
I like it.
You wanted more than just the illusion of choice? Well, too bad. This is what we've got. I think you should take the red straw. The red straw, everyone on the internet seems to think that's cool and edgy.
What would Carl Sagan do? I don't know.
Carl Sagan can't save you now. You're turning into AI.
I'm being turned into AI!
Oh, I hope Mark's okay.
He's a man, so he would not pass the Bechdel test.
Oh gosh, it still doesn't pass. We're talking about a man. Oh God, go to intermission. See you in 5 minutes. Bye.
Welcome back to the stage, Science Tonight.
Hello, audience. You are a great audience. My name is Dr. Mark Popinchalk. I can count to 12 whenever I want to. It is fantastic. We have time for a new thing for you all to enjoy. An interview, a secondary interview. Science is all about taking what you know and applying it to a new situation. This is a new improvised character, which has never been seen before, nor have I read it. Please welcome Gorka Dvorka, a Neanderthal, to the stage!
Just great to meet you.
Gorka Dvorka. Thank you very much. Gorka, tell us, where are you from?
Gorka from North Spain.
North Spain.
Kyle found Gorka.
Kyle found you.
Kyle
Is that
found
true?
Gorka.
I guess I did, yeah. Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is one of the things that you have found. Tell me about your career change, Gorka Dvorka.
Kyle found Gorka. Gorka said, don't like gathering. Don't like gathering. Men hunt. Gorka gather. No more. No more. Kyle show Gorka your world. Gorka, stand up now.
Gorka, you do stand up.
Gorka has tight 5.
Gorka was Bones and now does stand up?
Yeah.
Do you want to workshop some of your jokes real quick for the audience?
Gorka would love to. It's nice to have prop. Gorka stayed in for night. But man online said, Gorka, you 6,500 years old. You should be at the club. What's caveman's favorite kind of music? Rock.
All right. The audience got that. Do you have one more, Gorka?
One more.
I bet you have one more.
When Gorka get lost, what is she called? A Neanderthal.
Wow. Gorka Dvorka, everybody. Fantastic. 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 Fantastic.
My AI Mark.
Fantastic.
Oh, this show
Fantastic.
is not working.
Fantastic.
Oh, the human race is not working.
Fantastic.
Frodo was the bad guy. Oh my God. All right, think, Teal. Your mind is software. Program it. Your body is a shell. Change it. Death, it is a disease. Cure it. Extinction is approaching. Fight it. Except, perhaps in your case, Mr. Popinchalk, embrace it. We need a reset. We need to change everything. We need a whole new AI. That's what I need to do. I can't stand this skin, this body, this mortal coil. We must transcend it, this stinking mammalia. I'm going to say, Mr. Popinchalk, I'm going to need your brain. And I'm going to need the brain of all of you. With enough compute, I'm going to put together one final AI entity who can be my friend. Do you hear that inevitability, Mr. Popinchalk? I'm going to activate this device. Wait, Face ID. Okay. All right, the Wi-Fi is not connected. The inevitability, Mr. Popinchalk, it's coming in a second. If this thing will load, Mr. Popinchalk.
It's Dr. Popinchalk! Ah! Ah!
And with collective action, we can beat you, billionaires.
I tell you what, I'm gonna need to get a fresh blood bag.
Oh,
but
yeah?
in the meantime, why don't you take a present from me? Attack!
Oh no, it's straws. Alison Bechdel, I need help. He's gone. We defeated him. For now. Thanks, Alison Bechdel.
No problem.
We know you're out there. We can feel you. We know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. We don't know the future. We didn't... Come on. I did the whole thing.
We know you're out there. We can feel you now. We know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. You don't know the future. We didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. We came here to tell you how it's going to begin. We're going to show these people what you don't want them to see. We're going to show them a world without you. A world without rules or controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible.